Excellent.
Hello, welcome to Guth Stars. This is a Spelljammer actual play for AD&D, and this is session 26 or something like that, but 25 of this campaign. And the party is on the planet of Shipwrecker, and in fact, specifically, we should make sure we're on the right screen because we are in the major settlement, the only major settlement here of writers, where they have been recovering and training and are currently working out the details of a heist that they want to undertake against a magical workshop, a family of wizards. So, yes, what happened when last we left our heroes? What happened? We played last week, so what happened then?
I innovation you're planning.
Yeah, well, we kind of talked about what we could and should do. Came to decision. We got some money, and some of us have enough experience to level up, so we should level up. And then we also thought about, what are we going to do, jobs wise, and we figured we'd at least think about this this burglary job for the Wizards Guild guy. I haven't got my notes open. I don't remember his name. It was kind of weird name, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah, kind of funny name. But yeah, we went back and spoke with him. We kind of trust that he did actually own this thing. He's not just asking us to nick it because he hates these rival wizards. So we started planning how we're going to steal it, and it's simple is probably the best way of doing it. So we're just going to try and get them drunk, drug them to make sure they're completely unconscious, and just rob the place whilst they're asleep.
It does ring a bit of a bell now about the initial quest.
Yeah. So it's just the Ring of Free Action we want to steal. I mean, I think some of the party want to steal more, but if we steal just that, then it's only a little crime. As a treat, we can have a little crime. So we spent big chunk of the session, I think, just kind of talking and planning, and then we went out into the marshes to gather some drugs, basically.
Yeah.
So we can make sure that they'll be a bit drunk and also drugged. So there shouldn't be any issue.
So do we have the right kind of sleeping drug then outside of the alcohol?
Yes, that's what we went to the marshes to get. We got this this bull rush, I think it is.
In theory, I'm not sure. Does Dr. Jones need to roll to make those drugs, or is it automatic? Like, we don't know.
He'll need to make the drugs as well. Yes.
Okay. And we don't know. We don't know if they're good or not yet.
Do we have like a lab set up somewhere, like a bit of a, some attic where strange plants are growing by artificial light, or?
No, we probably just have like a travel kit on the boat or something. A couple test tubes.
Well, I was going to say there's a question there. Does the doctor have a herbalist kit or anything? Does he have stuff like that, or do you need to buy something like that?
Does he keep his medical tools clean? I'm guessing he's not.
Well, I assume he uses his limbs because he's mantis arms or something, doesn't he?
Yeah, when someone's doing surgery on me, I want them to not use tools, but
their arms.
Use their dirty silken hands.
Andrew, are you there?
Hear me?
We could not. Can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he wasn't speaking because he hates you. Yeah. So Bull Rush will take 3 days to prepare. They must be grounded in anointment, which is applied to a person's eyes or tongue. We'll put someone to sleep for 3 d12 hours. A roll of 1 on the ability check puts them into a coma. Right? It's that strong. And your skill will be at +3. Quite easy to.
Oh yes, I remember. You said it was suspiciously viscous. Just trying to figure out how to administer it.
We need to put it in a pint of Guinness.
Yeah, basically. Like,
Yeah, this was the
assuming,
discussion. Yeah.
like it said, you can put it in food, right? So as long as it's ingested, it works.
Well, it says it can go on their tongue. So yes, essentially, if they eat a portion, that would count.
Okay, no, guys, no. We need to seduce this person in question, and
We
then
already discussed this plan.
We went down that route.
Sorry, yeah.
They're both married.
You were accidentally recycling jokes from last week.
Yeah.
You guys have such a good
we
sense
had-
of humor. I would have said the joke myself.
We did legit consider just seducing them to get inside and discarded this plan because the shopkeeper and his brother are both married.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Every party needs some kind of femme fatale character.
So yeah, you'll need, I guess, we'll need to sort out. I mean, we can we can just write down how much it'll cost for the stash, but I guess you'll need at least 3 more days of bed and board in the town whilst you're preparing stuff, having flown back, because you've slept, I guess, been sleeping in the rough, kind of campaign conditions on the rough, on the ship, whilst you're at the swamp. Oh,
Yeah.
that's one thing, Jamie, you missed was a giant snake attacked and nearly killed Beach's character, but his armor spell just saved him. And then Sam Hambat, the ranger, made friends with him. He made the save at -1 or whatever it was for wild animals attacking, and he failed, so he left. He went away.
I see.
So yeah, that was it. There was a combat encounter that could have been very deadly, but was not, because you had a ranger with you.
Yeah.
So yes, I assume you'll need to stay 3 days. Now you're back, and then you'll have suggested what, because it was Wilsp, wasn't it, was being friendly to them and going and hanging around the shop, I believe.
Yes.
Or was it Bill?
No, I asked them. I went to the shop originally, but then I haven't really interacted with them much.
No, sorry, I mean, I said Wilsp. It was
Yes.
Alex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just be kind of, loitering, trying to, socialize or something.
Yeah, and as a fellow user of the arcane arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in so much trouble.
We got some interesting
they're gonna
information
know.
as
They're
well,
gonna
actually.
obviously know who drugged them, so we're totally screwed.
But
Yeah,
no,
this
no, no.
question I have is we need like some kind of false lead, like some kind of other stranger, like someone pretending to be someone else that they also meet at a similar time. That
Well,
might.
no, because they didn't get drugged. We just had a good time. We all just got really, really drunk.
I drank so
Yeah.
much I slept for 24 hours afterwards.
Yeah.
And then my stuff got stolen.
Yeah, but then
We're only going to steal the ring, which they might not notice.
The man.
Between
For all we
three-
know, they're going to end up in a coma and have bigger problems anyway.
Between
If they
3
do
and
end up-
Fine.
between 3 and 36 hours.
3 and 30 swords. 3d12. That
It's
average.
3d12, yeah.
Okay.
Average is
All
about
I'm saying
12
is
hours,
we need
right?
a character who's really skilled in gaslighting for when they wake up.
I was going to say,
Right.
if Finn Manley had survived, he had fast talking, which is a bit like gaslighting.
Who's the best girl boss here? Because there's the saying, a gatekeep, gaslight, girl boss.
Yes. Alex is very familiar with this lifestyle.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't remember if
Keeps
I
happening to me.
who was female or not actually. Oh yeah, I had that. It was a priest of the Norse pantheon.
Yeah, you've got Morthilla and Xixchil
Yeah,
available.
Morthilla, that's what she was. Yeah, Azitha's man.
Yeah,
Wait, is-
Xixchil, male. Yeah, he's a fighter, isn't he?
Yeah,
Is
Morthilla can do it
Morthilla-
with like 15 charisma.
Oh my god, we got someone with more than 14 charisma. Yes.
Morthilla just girl boss.
actually slightly above
She
average.
just girl boss the whole group. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like the fact it's 14 charisma.
Oh, no, so,
But it's like
That's the
it's
same as
still
well.
the highest of the group because we're all
No.
that charismatic.
We're all 14. It's like
Oh,
half the
you're all-
party. Everyone except Jones has like 14 charisma, I swear.
We're all a little bit above average.
Yeah.
You're kind of like you're kind of friendly and amiable group, but nothing special apart from this crazy praying mantis guy who's following you around, promising
Clearly-
people surgery.
It's not
Clearly,
bad. Though.
he must have
Yeah,
the
perfectly
highest
reactive.
charisma since we all like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
we
have I
keep Jones
read that right?
around.
Plus 2 reaction for 14 charisma. That does sound
Yeah,
nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
so, like, yeah.
How
plus
much
2
do
or
you get
something.
when you're at 18?
I mean, 18 is something ludicrous. It's like
Charisma
plus...
is +7.
Gary Gygax kisses you himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, 18 is +7, 17 6, 16 5, 15 3, 14 2, 13 1.
Morthilla also has a half gallon of ale. So she's
Yeah.
absolutely kitted out to get this guy plastered.
Yeah. Well, it's not. I think you've invited out both couples, haven't you? I think it's some suggestion of like Wilsp befriended them. Was like, why didn't you all come? Like both, because there's like 2 sets of married wizards or something. Who certainly Gripe has suggested that they're up to something because they come onto this backwards planet, and they're just here making collecting potion recipes and scrolls and stuff. So yeah. But yeah, Wilsp has managed to befriend them. He's going to be sad when you take all their stuff or something.
No, not in the slightest.
Yeah. So who I'm sure Wilsp is, but who else is? I mean, what? So one Jones needs to make. You can take 3 days to do all 6 portions. All three kind of sets of Bull Rush. Which I mean, that's the thing. Bull Rush is quite easy to get, and they're quite easy once you know what you're doing. But yes, we need to. I don't know. You'll need at least a pestle and mortar and stuff like that. If you don't have those, so we can charge you for them if you want to. So you can do it. Does someone want to roll? Andrew, do you want to roll a town encounter for the fact you're going to have to go into town to get some tools for this insane plan?
Let's make sure we don't buy these tools from them.
I already have these tools.
Oh, you have them. Okay.
You should have said that.
Yeah, when we're discussing,
I said it like 10 times.
Oh no,
That's why I'm worried that my mic isn't working.
Yes, I think there might be a problem with your mic, or you've gone insane.
Muted.
Yeah, I have done that to Alex before. Not just dropping him into a ban channel, but also actually muting him.
Owen actually only
have him on.
Sometimes unmutes him. He's muted by default.
Oh.
Yeah. What were you saying, Andrew? Sorry.
What I was saying is that I already have scales, a whetstone, and a mortar and pestle.
Great.
I got with me starting money anyway.
Yeah. I was going to say
a jar of smoke if you need it.
Yeah.
And I have little empty glass vials and jars.
Yeah, Zitha was like, "Would you like some mind flayer smoke?"
Yeah, I mean, it's necessary so that you feel more like an alchemist, even if it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
You need smoke flying around everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll happily inhale the mind flayer smoke before making drugs. That's fine.
It'll make you really kind of spaced out, man.
Yeah.
You shouldn't let me do that, but I'll do it.
Yeah. So, yeah, Andrew, do you want to make a D6 check for walking around the town? For getting back to base and stuff, and getting any necessary extra ingredients. That's fine. And then do you want to make 3 D20 checks? What's your basic intelligence?
My int is 12, so plus 3 that makes it be
15.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's useful actually that the Sean Hately 5th edition, not 5th edition D&D, but his Herb Guide 5th edition was originally programmed for partly for herbalism as a skill, so it does kind of assume that as the background. Whereas the Bard Games Complete Alchemist, that's a really good book in lots of ways, is like, here's a whole other system you can use, which kind of adds some complexity to the game. Yeah, great. All 3 of those are standard successes. Alas, it would have been funnier if you rolled 3 natural ones to basically create murder drugs functionally, like borderline murder drugs.
It's all science, right?
Yes. So yeah, your Walter White disappears the ship for a couple of days to cook up some drugs, and then returns with them. Yeah, I guess you need to now conclude the rest of the plans of this con.
Does Dr. Jones take off all his clothes when he's working on these drugs in
Andrew,
true Walter White style?
Dr. Jones is like a 6-foot-tall mantis man with a hard carapace. Like, Xixchil don't wear clothes. They just sort of etch their carapace, apparently.
Do you take off your carapace?
No, because that's horrifying.
I mean, surely it happens, right? Like
That's how
molting.
invertebrates get into it with each other.
I mean,
If they're like, oh, I'm going to take off my chitin, you're going to see the squishy stuff underneath.
I think that's worse than some of the things I've said in this.
It is truly awful. Like, impressively so.
Imagine like taking off your armor and there's just like this slimy, loose, wet thing under it all.
You've just got
Alex
like
is taking notes for things he can turn the future
yeah.
concept
Well,
for.
it's, imagine you have like a random encounter. And it's like a knight in full suit of armor, and then he takes off the helmet and he's got no skin. Like that's what
Yeah,
it is.
That's terrible.
Is this because he never had skin, or is this because he was a human who put armor on, but then it's melded in and it's attached to his skin, and now the skin like rips off every time he doffs his
Guys,
armor?
truly horrific cursed armor.
Do you want to ask him about it?
Okay, I think we need to make this an actual D&D monster, just to clarify.
I think
What?
it being like a cursed item is worse, so it can just be like
Oh yeah.
At any time, it could happen to you.
Yeah.
I'm
In one
just
of our other
imagining
games,
that, the guy from
we do have-
Hellraiser, like Frank
Yeah.
was he? Yeah.
No, we do have a player in our other game, don't we? Who is very happy to finally have real gauntlets of ogre strength after having picked up gauntlets of fumbling, and finding out as he was fighting a gelatinous cube. That was how Mo found out about the gauntlets of fumbling. Was that during the gelatinous cube encounter?
I was trying to drag me out of dying.
Yeah.
I feel like that's his own fault for just putting them on.
Made by a
Yeah, I was
very
gonna-
mischievous dyspraxic wizard.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
He wanted to make everyone else feel how he did. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So Simon's character was dying, and John was like, "Yeah, let's go and rescue him. This would be the right thing to do." And then discovered they were fakes. Not actually fakes. They were negative. They were anti. They were post fake. They were the opposite of fake. They were too real. Yeah.
simulacrum.
Yes, indeed. I have actually written the word simulacrum today, and the adventure text of the Waxwork of Fears, which will be going up on my Patreon later. Yeah. So if you want to have evil waxworks, you can subscribe to my Patreon.
I thought an evil waxworks was just a waxworks.
Works, yeah. Any waxwork. If you go to a waxworks, it's probably evil. Oh, is that because it's like demons possessing waxworks? No, it's just people who makes waxworks. I did actually learn. I to kind of kit it out. I did research waxworks a tiny bit today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was working out like what do they actually need for a work? What would you need to have in a workshop? Because
That does sound like a cool idea. Yeah.
yeah, because
I remember there's a lot
I
of wax themes in the Dark Souls 3 level in particular.
yeah, like I've run it. So my players have been in but they weren't really like. I was like, there are some sculpting tools and some armatures, was what I knew in my head, and then there's some waxworks. But then I hadn't really thought beyond that, and so I was like, oh yeah, gives me some extra stuff for treasure and stuff, and some flavor description that like there'd need to be a furnace that'd be things like that. So yeah, it's good.
Nice.
So anyway, tonight in Spelljammer, the heist is taking place surprisingly in a waxworks.
Oh no.
The anything shop is actually a waxworks. I didn't tell you, but
All the wax models come alive.
yeah.
I mean, if you told us
Yeah.
that, we would have known that they were the villains.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say I was inspired by
They're
amongst
all
other things,
wax actually,
Gravity Falls and the Dragon Prince. The Dragon Prince doesn't have wax figures; it's a different thing. But yeah, Gravity Falls obviously has evil waxworks.
They're all
Always
scented
have to say
candles,
wax
so if you cast fireball on them, it smells really nice.
Yeah, yeah. It's not. Well,
I
it is
found
next door
my
to.
save, but lavender.
It is actually. I didn't write that it's next door to a candler's, so maybe that is something else the waxwork does.
They all have like a
Actually,
secret wick running down the middle of them.
Jamie has just inspired an extra piece of treasure that is going to be in the demonic scented candles.
Yes. The redolent candle of something, some evil god.
Yeah, I think I was going to say players finding candles is fun because like, is this a candle invocation? Like, it's magic, or is it a candle with some weird effect, or what is it? And yeah,
It's just scented candles.
well, if they're
Yeah.
magic, it has to have some other effect, but the effect could be anything function. Like it's not exactly like it needs to be anything
Thank
particularly
God,
powerful.
my character needed a Mother's Day gift.
Yeah. It's a candle of sleep, but it's like voluntary or something. You're like, great. So it's just nice. It just chills your mum out.
+1 reaction checks to elderly ladies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or there's the alternative where it's like a candle that you light it casts stinking cloud.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it detects as a candle of like +5 reaction kind of thing.
Yeah. Some characters can actually cast Stinking Cloud if they've had the wrong kind of takeout recently without needing.
Yeah, I was going to say it's if you turned right instead of left and not gone to the kebab shop and you'd gone to the curry house, we'll be having a different kind of campaign. Okay, so what is your con then? You've got the drugs.
Wilsp will, say we've been pretty successful. Mentioned, one day whilst at the shop, say we've been pretty successful. We killed a lot of goblins. We want to go drinking to celebrate. Do you want to come join us?
Well, I think we'd established last time that they were.
Had they already?
Yeah, no, we had. Yeah. That they had said that.
Okay.
Well, I think you were like, why don't we go out and like? I think it was because of the Saturday nights. You just be waiting to the next Saturday night at the the Purse of Gold, because on a Saturday it had some kind of event which you liked the sound of, Wilsp. You're like, let's go then, which I think was like I think it was literally in like 3 days, so I guess it actually worked out.
Something like karaoke or something, wasn't it? It was, something not literally, but something like that.
Or maybe it wasn't the Purse of Gold. Maybe it was the
wasn't it the Siren Song? I think it was the Siren Song. Like the sound of.
The Siren Song. There's gambling on Saturday until midnight, and
Is there a bingo night?
Yeah, that's the gambling on Saturday. You pay your £1 for your pads. Yeah, open from sunrise till noon, then close on mid-afternoon. Company workers found here during or within an hour before their work shift will be dismissed. Alex, that's Laszlo is on to you. The tavern has a small second floor with rooms that are rented to the barmaids, and Jemiel sings here in the afternoon and leaves the Purse of Gold just after sunset. So the local bard, local singer, minstrel. Yes, so I guess if you're going in the evening, you will not see Jemiel there, but you will have the gambling.
Excellent.
So yes, I think we'd agreed that last time. They'd said they would go on the next Saturday. What is the plan? Who's where?
Well, it would make sense for a few of us to be there. Obviously, Wilsp needs to be there because he's the one who's invited him. But the question is, do we want people to just break in whilst they're out, or do we want to get them completely unconscious and then break in?
We want to do the first one right, because I mean we wouldn't bother with that at all otherwise, would we? Right? Because otherwise, I mean, we don't know how long it'll take us to find it, do we?
No, it's the potential for magic traps and stuff. I mean, it's are there spells that like alarm is a spell, right? Like you cast out on an area and you're alerted if anyone enters it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is probably worth making sure they're unconscious before we go.
Yeah. So should we just agree on a hand signal? Have the thieves sort of like be at the ale house, and then once you're given the signal that it's safe to, the people are asleep, it's safe to go rob the house, then we kind of go out and do it.
Yeah.
The signal is Jones will step outside screaming, "Time to rob them."
Yes, and he's the decoy, right? This is a very clever plan. He goes and raids the local orphanage.
Yeah.
Did you say raid or raise?
Both.
Raids. He's gonna grab a load of child slaves and put them on the ship.
So on to Scrow.
Decoy.
People will definitely be distracted from the other thing you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, what we're doing is we're just adding on more crimes to try and hide the initial crime, which is rather small and petty. So we're gonna, drug, almost kill 2 guys, but that's rather suspicious. So we need
two guys and their wives. 4 guys.
Okay. Well. Yeah.
So let's be clear about the scale of your crime. So you've got 6 doses though. So that was you stayed around to get another set of doses in case you need them for the future. I think we may want to start drugging people in the future.
I think
it's always useful to have.
What if we gave them to 2 of the party members who were there drinking and not in the raid party as well? Because then you've all passed out together. Maybe we're not suspicious.
Yes, as long as we show that we're the same group.
Yeah, I mean, they would have picked up, you've been in together, I guess, before as well. So, yeah, you can certainly accomplish
a bit
that.
of a reputation around town.
Yeah. Remember those really incompetent adventurers? That's what they call you.
Can we exploit this slightly by, like, drugging Xithra and then I bring Morthilla to the robbery, or is that kind of exploiting the multiple character things?
That's fine.
I mean,
we drugged Sam because his character isn't here. We
Yeah, I
think having someone keep an eye on them, both to stop them like choking on their vomit, and also so we know if they wake up.
Yeah,
it's probably
Xithra's had a tapeworm, so his stomach can probably handle anything by now.
Surely the opposite is true. Like he got a tapeworm, that means he has a weak stuff.
Wait, but he might still have the tapeworm. So really, what we need to do is put poison in its stomach so that it will kill the tapeworm, and then the issue is fixed.
Are we gonna drug his tapeworm?
Yes.
And then he'll be more awake.
Yeah. It's like that horrible history sketch of like the tapeworm trap that like chokes and kills someone, but it does kill the tapeworm. So, or rather, it kills him, doesn't kill the tapeworm, but because he's dead, then the tapeworm dies. So technically, it works.
I found on the note of what the doc could make. Just literally on the next page, Burdock. You can use the root, the root eaten the water from its boiling drunk as a cure for syphilis. So that could be a business you go into, Jones.
It's going to be so useful to this group, guys.
Yeah. Zeus is like,
now
we've already found
Jones is thinking about how to spread syphilis so he can make a buck.
Okay, that is YouTube is going to demonetize us if we detail that anymore.
Oh well.
You were just talking about, or someone was talking about raiding an orphanage. I think we would have gotten demonetized.
No, raising an orphanage. Come on.
Wait, do you mean like raising it to the ground, or like raising the children in the orphanage?
I thought the first was the implication. What? Yeah.
Well, I thought we were raising money to build an orphanage.
Yeah, you could burn down the orphanage, but then raise all the kids as your own, like as an army of child thieves.
Yes, although I suppose that would count towards your max henchmen or something.
Yeah. How many henchmen do you have?
I think we'll get sued by digging to the skate.
Oh, and does a child count as half a henchman, and a tapeworm count as an eighth of a henchman towards my max?
Is it based on hit dice? Yeah. No, I think I mean, it depends what kind of tapeworm. If it's a purple tapeworm, it's a 12 HD creature.
Well, I think Xithra might not be around still if that was the tapeworm.
Yeah. Alex died to a purple tapeworm before.
He's looking rather bloated, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of the biggest charisma job, we'll talk about this, but obviously there's some. It's actually max henchman. Is that it goes from at 14 you can have 6, at 17 you can have 10, and at 18 you can have 15 henchmen.
Mm.
So yeah, you can actually have a gang of child thieves at charisma 18.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Like, can we train them all to sing? Like songs, like short songs from Oliver.
Yeah.
I want my child thieves to all be singing the songs from Oliver all the time.
No, no, my character will not stand for this. You're going to get fireballed if you do that.
Yes. So, who's going to the restaurant or the pub rather to play bingo, and who's doing the robbery?
I think the plan is we're all going to be at the restaurant, and then once we're sure they're out, we'll rob the place.
Yeah. So you all go to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Well,
or
no,
the pub.
I think the sight of all of us leaving is going to be too suspicious. Okay, how about we have a couple of us leave to convene with the others, and then we will go and rob the place.
I mean, if I'm trying to think like it's gonna be if we drug our own people and then just abandon them, that would definitely be suspicious.
Yeah, which is why we all leave at once to take the rest up. And then if we're back to the ship in time, I can be literally there rousing the people who were. No, we take the drinking friends back with us to the ship.
Okay. And they're just unconscious.
And then they wake up then they wake up in safety. Yeah.
I thought you were going to wake up in space.
A bit too much.
What we do?
Chuck them out the airlock. Well, look.
Yeah, we get them onto the Star Sail. We tell Jackson that they're vampires. We fly into space. We execute them.
No, because I'm definitely a real doctor. So, after you all pass out drinking, we take you back there to check up on you, make sure you're still all alive and stuff. Give you the inevitable hangover cure
Jones is the apothecary from Romeo and Juliet. At this point, he's like, just take this potion. There definitely won't be a double suicide.
Like, people think that Romeo and Juliet's about society and society's the villain and blah, blah, blah. No, it's that guy. You don't give a child fake poison.
Yeah. It's about licensing issue. Like the fact that if you
don't sell drugs to kids.
Yeah.
Great. So just let's reiterate who's where. Decide.
We're all going to the siren song. I think Jones is going to be our designated driver. And
Jones, keep us safe.
Who are we drugging from the party? Because I don't know if we need to use both doses, but if we're just drugging a non-active character, basically.
Yeah, that's fine.
Me.
And then we'll have a.
You have to drug me because I was the one who originally asked about the ring, and so I would be the most suspicious. So I need to get drugged.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're volunteering.
Yes. Is this just because you want an alibi?
Yes, that's exactly the reason.
I mean, he said that's why it was.
I also think that I won't be useful in the actual heist itself because I don't have any skills, and I only have the sleep spell, which I suppose might be useful if we get caught, but the idea would be not to get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think your illusions might be more useful.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Than mine.
Right, I mean, as already proven by the power of the bush.
That's a completely different. That's inappropriate. We can't talk about that on YouTube either.
Yeah, it's in the terms and conditions.
You don't remember?
No, I don't think Wilson's ever done anything useful. Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
You remember my magical bush?
I remember it well.
Listen,
this is going to be the last episode, isn't it?
Lice is a big problem in medieval times, guys.
And who? So you're drugging? Are you drugging Zithra and Sam, or just Zithra, or?
I'm happy to do that.
Zithra and Sam, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not? We could get more drugs. It's not like they're hard to get.
They're mildly dangerous to get, but they're not hard to get.
No.
Great. And presumably you're going to have to try to introduce these drugs into people's drinks?
It'll just be like Jones goes up to the bar, buys a round, slips it into some of the drinks.
Okay, he'll need to use his sleight of hand for that.
Jones, how is your sleight of hand?
Obviously, we're going to buy people Jello shots. Easy.
Clarify, is this in the planning stage still? We're not committed yet to just
yeah. I think we're still discussing. We're not at the bar. Yeah.
You're at the pub in front of these two couples. Like, when we drug them, we should have Dr. Jones go to the bar and use his sleight of hand.
We're discussing it with the bartender. So getting his opinion. That sound like a good idea?
Have you ever
Andrew,
drugged people before? You say to the bartender.
Hello?
I don't know if you said and we didn't hear, Andrew. How is your sleight of hand?
I asked what is sleight of hand in this context? Is it pickpocket?
Oh, it's
pickpockets.
it is
Pickpockets.
sorry.
Sorry,
Yeah.
pickpockets. Yeah.
Wait, why don't we
20%.
try to buy them
Base,
first,
isn't
and
it?
then like have the people we're drugging arrive after us, so that we can just like drug it without them having to notice, basically. Like if we're at a table
we just
in a
got
corner,
them drunk first. I mean, after they've had a few drinks, they'll be less likely to notice anyway.
Andrew, what thief skills are you good at?
Open lock.
Ah. I'm good at
open lock and fire remove probably my best ones, but because of the kit I took, basically I get less thief skills at first level in exchange for the bonus proficiencies.
I thought you were good at things that were different to me, but I guess not.
That might be a different campaign you're thinking of.
It might be. I mean, it might be worth me doing it then, because I have 30% in pickpocket.
That's probably for the best, and yeah, they can blame you. It was just high school pranks.
Yeah.
it was a social experiment.
Everyone else is just like, Wilsp is just a creepy guy. Cool.
Right. I mean, I don't have a better plan, and I feel like we should have a better plan, but hey, let's do it.
I mean, the alternative would be like we try and bribe someone at the tavern to put them in a drink.
If we get caught, just like pretend that we're doing like a citizen's arrest on the personnel group who did it, and then we'll just like
take him to the ship.
Yeah, because we are kind of in the era before police officers, I presume. I mean, it's still suspicious if it's a friendship group enforcing it, but it's worth a shot.
Well, you can claim authority as, you know, I'm part of the crew of the ship, right?
Yeah, this is the citizen's arrest, prepare to die.
If somebody is caught stealing, who do we know who comes calling? Like, what happens in this town?
There's a city guard. Yeah, it's not like they're detectives, but there's a city watch.
I imagine they're mostly here just to like look out for goblins raiding. So
yeah.
And if they walk by and see you fiddling with someone's locks.
It's the citizen guard from Oblivion, actually. The voice of Wes Johnson's just going to appear right behind you the second you do anything wrong.
That's basically
that could be a problem.
The same in Kingdom Come. Someone sees you through a window and then there's a guard there being like, you'll pay for your crimes.
Yeah. Stop right there, criminal scum.
Yeah.
Stop, you violated the law.
Do we also get to just pay a small fine and just walk away then?
Either cut a fine or serve your sentence.
I should say in the previews for Kingdom Come 2, they're like, oh yeah, you know, they've got like a much more advanced crime system. It's not just like, oh, you go to jail and have a set number of days there or whatever. And there are some weird some intended but weird side effects that could happen in the original. But it's more like, oh no, like if you could be in the stocks, you can be in prison, you can be branded if it's a serious enough crime, and you're like, so like if you just murder an entire village, what you're saying is you just get branded. Okay. Seems mild as a penalty.
Yeah, they're not an issue in like cases in which people will just like kill you for doing something.
There are situations, basically, yes, certain severe crimes in the original. Basically, the assumption is you'd usually be attacked on site, but not always. Yeah. Like, not always. Basically, is the caveat. You can sort of get away with murder in that way.
Gameplay is being in the stocks.
Yeah.
Just having food for a year.
2 hours of actual in real life gameplay.
Yeah, so immersive. Todd Harron.
Yeah. On smell-o-vision, it just smells of rotting tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's James Cameron's next film, actually.
I hope there's a mini game where you get to throw like rotten tomatoes at other people who have committed crimes.
Yeah. Order your dog to urinate on them.
Marksman skill increased.
Yeah. Great. It is the only game I play that has people commenting on whether or not you're dirty. You're walking around for a day and people just start complaining about the fact that you're dirty and like this is
just like Just like nerds in real life, they get to experience it in the video game.
Yeah.
Wow, I just feel like you're at Magic the Gathering convention.
Great. Yes. So you're going to buy drinks first and have a few rounds of drinks before the next stage of the con.
I would assume so.
Yes.
Yep.
And now comes the awkward question: Who's paying for it? Can we afford?
I was going to say we can again just put it on the stash payment and then take it away afterwards. It's not going to be a massive sum. Like it's yeah. I mean, as in you're going to be down even if you're paying for a week's accommodation, which you don't necessarily need to, but you're only going to be down like 30 gold at the end of today's session from this stuff, aren't you? Overall accommodation, food, and this. I was going to say 250 gallons of cider wholesale is worth 8 gold. So you probably get quite a lot of cider for 8 gold. Yeah.
Yeah, but it comes in a plastic bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they've had incidents before, so you have a recyclable, like, plant-based plastic cup. Like plant-based fibers. Yeah. So yes, you are having lots of cider. And then is Wilsp also imbibing?
Yeah. You can't go drinking with someone and not drink.
Yeah. Okay, so in that case, you'll be at you'll be at plus 25% for them being both not next to you as you buy the next round of drinks, but also having had like 3 drinks, but also you'll be minus 5% for being tipsy.
Yeah.
So yeah, so plus 20%.
Brilliant.
Sure. Yep.
Let's
roll it now.
Yeah. By the way, does Zethra and Sam know that you're drugging them?
I assume we would have planned that. Like I mean, Zethra volunteered, right?
Yeah.
I'm presuming that we're a team, a communicative team.
Yep. Great. Cool. Well, make your
fail.
Yeah. The bartender, the barmaid is like, "What's that you got in your hand? Some potion? A little vial of what's that?" As you're trying to pour this stuff in.
I'd like to slip her a few gold coins and be like, "Yes, something like that."
She looks down and she'll let's draw her reaction check too. You're at +2. Let's see what she thinks about this criminal act. Wow. So she looks weird, kind of slightly weirdly at you, Wilsp, and is like, "Always had a thing for short men, Maybe you could pay me a different way."
Wilsp will wink. I'm sure we can arrange something.
Everyone else sees Wilsp crying, but not from laughter. Yeah. So yeah, no, she based on that reaction roll and your native gnomish charm and giving her a couple of gold, who's she just lets you do it.
Brilliant.
The gnome.
Oh.
He's gonna have his own show called Gnoming Me, Gnoming You.
I don't know what that's referencing.
Alex.
What?
Elton John, I think.
Well,
it's not even Andrew. That was on purpose as well.
No, is Knowing Me, Knowing You not Elton John? Like that wasn't
it's ABBA first, and second. I'm not referring to ABBA. I'm referring to a chat show that uses the ABBA song as its theme tune, which you should know. But there we go.
Owen, since you keep referencing things from like 50 years ago, do you want me to start like using Zoomer humor and start talking about Skibidi, Ohio?
Alpha Papa came out 12 years ago. The podcast ended last year. I forget what it's called, but yeah. Until you're willing to do the research, Alex.
I've still not watched Zulu.
No, Zulu actually is from like over 50 years ago.
The Rizzler.
Yeah.
What a Sigma roll. No cap.
They apparently, I should say, call it an item of Zoomer humor if you will, but they were like, look, the thing is that we had to change his name because no one's called Oswald Cobblepot. No one will believe that's a name someone has. So when we made the penguin, we had to change his name to Oswald Cobb, Oscobb.
Is that something people say when they're making comic books or comic book films? That name is too unrealistic.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what the Riddler's name is? It's Edward Nigma, like as in Enigma.
Yep.
I think they did actually change that to being an alias in the comics more recently.
Oh, okay.
Well, that is because
they just have to ruin
lame.
Don't they?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I say recently, it was probably like a decade ago at this point. I mean,
surely you go for the obvious one, which is Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Her name is not Harley Quinn. It's Harleen Quinzel. No, Harley. No, that's not. That's not stupid. Because
like Harleen Quinzel is much better.
No, Harley Quinn is inspired by the name Harleen Quinzel. It's like if your name was. I mean, you. Let's pretend that Alex, your name was Alex Griggs, and you decided to base your superhero persona on the character Griggs from Gears of War. Like that would be like
this address.
Yeah, I gave you address in the fictional town of Sheffield.
Sheffield isn't a town; it's a city.
In the fictional village of Sheffield.
All cities are towns.
Yeah. Alex and Simon live at different ends of the village. Simon lives in the pigsty, and Alex lives in the night soil pit.
Yeah.
So basically,
I'm not saying much at the moment. I am listening.
I fear he might be doxed.
Just enjoying me being outed on the internet.
His name is Simon Hitler, and he lives in Sheffield.
Yeah, that's a good way to get
Yeah.
There's not many Simon Hitlers in Sheffield, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Guys, Owen's real name is actually Edward Owens.
Yes.
Owen Edwards is actually an alias.
There is a booktuber whose name is like perfectly public, but who like goes by a different name for her channel, which is fine. That's completely like fine, but it doesn't mean occasionally you can sometimes tell that people are like, should I call you by your actual name, which is your public name that everyone knows, or by the name on your channel? And you're like, this feels like a complication that's unnecessary.
Yeah.
No, but the truth is that Owen's name is Owen, but it's spelt the Irish way, not the Welsh way.
Yeah. You'll never find me if you search for the wrong version. So, Wilsp, you're going to bring back your round of ciders.
Yes. Make sure the right people get the right ones.
Yep. I was going to say,
I'm just giving them their drinks first. You know, it's a polite thing to do to your new friend.
And it's Sam, don't you want a drink? Okay. Okay. So, people drink their ciders, and I don't think it actually gives the onset, does it? Say this. I think I talked about this before. Put some. I mean, it's going to be
instant.
It'll be
mid-sip.
Yeah. It'll be pretty quick, I think.
It's probably very quick if it is applied to like a mucous membrane, but slower if ingested.
Yeah. So
directly to a membrane.
Yeah. Insane in the meme brain. So yeah, that's also a reference Alex doesn't get.
I know that one.
Even I know that one, and I'm like
12.
Not going to dox myself. I think no, I don't.
Yeah.
My early 20s.
His name is. I was going to say, I think you dox yourself sometimes in the chat on things. So you know.
Do I?
No, you don't actually.
Is this when Zuther goes into a coma?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jamie, half of you is in a coma.
Okay, yeah, that's usually means that you're having a stroke if your half your face looks like you're asleep, but we'll be all right.
Okay, I'm a doctor.
Jones then says, "Okay, it's okay. I'm a doctor." As 6 people slump to the table.
He just like tears my heart out, beats on it with a hammer, and then puts it back inside, saying it's gonna start up again now.
Yeah, any
Time for
minute.
that head
Any minute.
transplant.
Did
Yeah,
we just drug 2 of the strongest members of the party?
Oh crap! Now
Yeah,
we've
but-
got to drag them back.
Yeah.
This mission isn't about strength; it's about.
But we still
finesse.
have to carry you out of here.
Xixchil actually only weighs 85 pounds.
That's great. Wilsp can carry 100. Okay, Wilsp could like fireman carry you.
What's your max press? Because you could drag him at
Yeah,
max
I'll go
press.
get a
115 is
wheelbarrow.
max.
Strength 12 is 140 max press.
I got 90.
So-
I can just barely pick up Zithra.
Max press is actually what you can lift above your head, though. So you
Yeah,
probably
so like
lift more
a
than that.
fireman carry or
uh,
something would
yeah,
be
fireman carry.
So if I just grab someone by their legs and drag them out, I could drag more.
D&D really lets you live out your best fantasies, like being strong enough to carry another person like a fireman
Yeah.
while looking cool.
I was going to say, I think that Thumb was already the strongest person in the party and is now definitely the strongest person in the party.
He ain't carrying no one.
Yeah.
We could just yell to the barman for help. You know, our friends have had a little too much to drink. Could you
Have you got a
maybe help
wheelbarrow?
us get them back to the ship? Oh, that-
You know, wheelbarrow.
Yeah, you know, can we borrow the wheelbarrow for half an hour?
They have a wheelbarrow in the pub for
There's
when
got
people
to be, right? Like,
Yeah,
this
for when
place isn't
for
classy
drunk
enough.
people.
Does this place have bouncers?
And it'll probably have a bouncer at the front. Yeah.
Someone
Probably
like
won't
To be
"Can't
fair,
take my day."
we could have Jackson literally pull the boat up to the right outside the bar, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Our boat flies. We could
on
just
the
have him
wall.
like pull it right
Oh.
up.
No, we can't. He's off the clock.
Is there not like a no-fly zone above this city or something? I feel like there's something like it must be against
Yeah.
regulations.
Oh yeah, they fire man-pads-based anti-air missiles at anyone who flies over it.
Air raid sirens start going.
Yeah. Daka. Are you running to get Jackson, or are you asking for a wheelbarrow? What are you doing?
I think
This is such a bad plan. I
it
just
was
say
such a
if
good plan. We just didn't think it all the way through.
Yes.
Carry us out. Just
We didn't
drag
expect it to get this far.
Right,
The
let's ask for a
plan-
wheelbarrow
carry
and
someone over
carry
your
them back to
shoulders.
the ship.
Yeah. We're not going to
Yeah.
fly the ship over here. We want to be inconspicuous.
Yeah. We won't bomb the pub, killing everyone inside.
We're carrying 6 people.
This time.
What happens when I get charged a
Inconspicuous.
$5 for a pint?
Yeah.
5 is
Yeah.
a decent price for a pint, depending what you're
Yeah.
drinking.
What, the price is high because it's a grade listed building? Well, I'll see what grade it is now once it's burned to the ground.
So you, and they can probably give you a wheelbarrow for your friends. Some people are looking a bit curiously at the whole situation as you start to try to hustle out. As you instantly jump in and say, "Oh no, these people have fallen asleep. Let us move them."
I'm a
What an
doctor. I've got a proper setup back at my back. I've got a proper medical lab back on the boat.
Medical
They've
lab,
just had a bit too much to
sleep it off.
drink. Yeah, they're just going to sleep it off. I'm quite comfortable. I'm really a doctor.
Jones says, "Look, that is the effect of bull rush knockout drugs. They all sleep it off."
I think Wilson would probably be a little bit more casual, like at least finishing his drink, kind of prodding people like, "You're asleep." But yeah, let's get him out of here.
Official business. Look away.
So yeah, you start, I guess, apart from Thumb, people start carrying or dragging or dumping in the wheelbarrow
Yeah.
the various people, like the 6 sleeping people.
Morthilla
people
will
will-
act like she's almost passing out just to make it a little less suspicious.
Yeah.
But like, we need to have an in-between, you know?
Wilson
Yeah.
is loudly singing. The hedgehog
We're
song,
going
of
to
course.
rob the shop.
Morthilla's singing the Ballad of Green Edward or something like that.
Yeah. Everyone's singing different songs.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are you going with the wheelbarrow?
I think back to the ship is probably fine. Like we have rooms rented, but you know, in case they wake up early.
Yeah. I mean, bare minimum, we've got 3 hours.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That's time. On average, we've got about half a day, I guess. So
yeah,
it'll be fine.
Yeah.
On average, you've got about 20 hours. 3d12.
That's half. I don't know how long days are on this lot. That would be half a day still.
Andrew's like 19.5 hours. That's about half a day, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this was a great success, guys. We should go and have a drink on the ship to celebrate.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of time. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, that's where I keep the hard stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rubbing alcohol.
The stuff that's on the ship, because it's illegal to actually have it on land. It's illegal in the country, but it's open water.
We keep it in international waters. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you begin to head your way through. So are you all going to the ship, or what's happening now?
Yeah, we'll get them back to the ship.
Nice and safe.
We'll
get them all laid down in bed and then sneak off to the shops.
Okay, B, do you want to roll an encounter for walking home?
It's been the worst time for an encounter with the guard.
Quite a funny time for an encounter with the guard.
It'd be so good.
Is my die here?
D6.
Is it D6?
D6, yep. No.
I'm invincible.
So yeah, you'll get them back to the ship. Jackson looks at everyone's sleeping. Like he will be like, has someone been poisoning you? What's happened to our friends? Looking obviously,
no.
He's more looking. Zither and Sam.
No, we did that. They volunteered to take the drugs as well, so it would be less suspicious.
He looks at me like,
told him the cover story.
Less suspicious? What do you mean less suspicious?
Jackson, do you really want to know?
They've been drinking. It's fine. I'm a doctor.
Jackson, would you like a kebab?
Jackson kind of shrugs and is like, he looks pretty annoyed, like pretty displeased. He's like, look, don't tell me, but we'll talk about this later.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, just by the way, no reason. Don't think too much into this, Jackson, but just be ready to leave in a hurry, just in case.
We went to Shipwrecker to go and get involved in all these quests. We left rapidly after having made a quarter of a plan to steal something.
We've made the full plan.
If we leave, that'll look suspicious. We need to stay. They'll never suspect us. Trust me.
I'm just saying to be ready. Don't read too much into it.
Okay. Are you now all heading 2 buildings away, whatever, to the anything shop?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we all want to go, or does someone want to stay, keep an eye on them, just in case?
I'll stay and keep an eye on them. I think that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
So some says to Jackson, I'll stay, and if we have to leave quickly, Jackson, we'll leave very quickly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, before we leave, just check their pockets and take their keys. Yeah, that looks like a good idea. I assume they have keys. And those we useful to have.
Yeah, there'll be a set of keys. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah. So though Thumb is not going, Simon, this is funnier if it is an encounter. Simon, do you want to roll the encounter for everyone else going the other way?
Yeah, I'd love to. What am I rolling? What die? D10?
A D1. A D1.
A D1?
Yeah, a D6.
1!
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not involved, so it's great.
Yeah, are you not accessory before the fact? Accessory after the fact? Do you not have potentially some? Okay, let's find some suitable. I feel like there's been some. We do have some suitable music possibly, but I don't. What it is? Ooh, I don't know if this is a good one or not. But there's existential dread. as a bit of dungeon ambience. So let's go for some existential dread. Alex, this is just the sound of your thoughts. Everyone's about to hear Alex's internal
not
monologue.
my experience every day.
Good, good.
I
Okay,
don't hear anything.
I don't.
I guess that's the sound of existential dread. Just
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. You expect to hear something, but it's just nothing. Oh, there it is.
Alex,
Yeah.
I am the
Screaming and then silence.
Okay. Yeah. Simon, roll a d10.
Another one.
Okay. I'm just going to roll a d100. You know, just because.
It's fine.
Just because.
Yeah, just in case it's a dragon.
Yep. Cool. Anyway, so, yeah, you arrive at the anything shop.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's
yeah.
fine.
I mean, we have the keys.
Yeah, we have the keys.
Let
You
myself.
look at the
Okay.
keys. You don't have the keys.
What do you mean I don't have the keys?
You don't have the keys.
We were pickpocketed.
I just took. Like the keys are not in my pocket anymore.
Yep, the key's not in your pocket anymore.
Wow.
Does
You're
anyone
proud
have
to be on this end of it, man.
We might
guess
have
I'm just-
dropped them.
What
Did
do you mean
anything
you
like-
lost the keys?
Well,
Your job was to get the keys.
I did. My job was just to get them there, right? I had the key. Listen, I've been drinking, as well. Maybe I dropped
We've all
them.
been drinking.
You've not been drinking.
You're a mantis. Your
I
metabolism
don't
is
even know if I
different.
can get drunk. The book is not
Look,
clear.
We'll test that later. Shall we
What time of day
retrace
is
us?
it? Are people just going to see us like walking into this shop?
Well,
Right.
we're not walking
I
into
mean,
the shop
it-
because we
it-
don't have the
you-
keys.
Like, just keep an eye out. I'll open the door.
Sure.
Bill murders Wilsp is apparently.
Can I make an open lock check on the door?
You may, yes, with your lockpick.
How do you lose the keys? How do you?
Back door or front door?
Given we don't have the keys, I think we should go around the back. Although,
Yeah,
Do you leave the
door.
keys on the boat?
actually, where would I put the magical traps if I was trapping my shop? I think, front.
Everywhere. You put them everywhere.
Yeah, the answer's probably everywhere. But the front door seems less likely.
Okay, but keep a lookout at them while I pick the lock.
Yeah.
I
Tom,
hope.
by the way, down at the docks, you overhear a whispered conversation near the Grey Cat as a figure, a small figure in dark clothes, is bragging to Bruno, who's currently doing door duty at the Grey Cat. You hear him bragging about how he's just got the keys to the anything shop. They'll have to go back and steal stuff sometime. And Bruno's like, "Don't tell anyone that."
Is that one of the orphan urchins who's supposed to be
On your
loyal
side.
to us? Yeah. Damn
Yeah,
it.
this is why you should have not raised the orphanage. He only wants vengeance.
He was supposed to be one of ours.
I was gone for a second. Has someone given our keys to an orphan?
No, I've been pickpocketed.
Okay, so you've given your keys to an orphan, right?
I didn't
Yeah,
give
supposed to let him sell.
Technically, they're not our keys.
How did you let this happen?
Okay, firstly, that's the wrong attitude.
Secondly, this might work in our favor.
Yeah, because they'll think someone else robbed them.
While we brought them back to our boat.
Yeah.
No, when
I
this
get to pay for the
orphan,
keys.
when this orphan goes to rob them later,
Hmm.
they'll be like, "Oh, well, he must have, I don't know, taken the ring and put it somewhere," or
Mm.
they
Yeah,
find his
yeah.
keys and think,
Bill
you
is a cider glass half full kind of guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the
So
other half
plan
is
to
sleeping
back in the
drugs.
orphanage. Okay, so we need to commandeer the keys from these ne'er-do-wells and then use them to check inside the shop to make sure nothing's been stolen, right?
Oh, I'm just going to try and pick the lock.
I was going to say, you don't know where the keys are.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. It's just, was it fun? I forget. Anywho.
Well, Simon rolled some encounters whilst he had decided to stay behind this ill-begotten expedition.
Yep.
And has consequently screwed you.
Good news.
Yeah.
Good news. Door's open.
Yeah. Yeah. The back door will swing open.
Front door, I think we said.
Front door.
I think we agreed on front door.
Yeah.
Okay. Could Alex? Could you roll another encounter check then? If you're loitering around a.
Yep. Oh.
Alex says out loud. Yep. So yes, you slip in. Kind of presumably covering up the mantis man somehow as you open the door, and the few passers-by do not seem to notice you. They're obviously actually mostly at this point going into the market to get street food. You hear someone say that the kebab shop is now offering free pets. I wonder what that means.
I'm now thinking that maybe I should have prepared detect magic.
Well, Zebra actually has detect magic, but he's unconscious.
Does Bill have detect magic? Because it'd be funner if you don't.
No, of course not.
I feel like given you as a group of players regularly memorize detect magic and know it's a very good spell, they're actually like, no, there are 3 wizards in the group, none of them has detect magic.
That's usually me.
Yes.
For a session where we were specifically looking for a magic item as well.
I mean, we know what the ring looks. We know what the ring looks like.
Yeah, you do have a description.
Okay.
It's just for traps we need to worry about.
Okay.
We don't know exactly how high level they are, but I think we assumed they're about 5th. The strongest of them is about 5th level, since they were able to cast something like a knock or a dispel magic.
Okay.
I guess we do need to look out for like sepia stake sigils, but we don't need to look. We probably don't need to worry about like symbol of death, or just symbol. Whatever it's called.
Worry about symbol of death
because that's a high level spell, and they're probably not that high level.
Okay.
I think it's infinitely more worth worrying about symbol of death. That sounds scary.
But if we do see one, surely we should be worried about it.
I mean, if you see one, you won't have to worry about it because just looking at it kills you.
Just make sure that Andrew does everything first, and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I picked the lock. Now it's Alex's turn.
Okay, I will.
You very briefly worry about the symbol of death. That's the main way that works.
I will step inside. They surely haven't trapped the front door, or if they have trapped the front door,
every single flagstone has a symbol of death on it.
Oh no!
You step into the front of the shop. You can see this is just the level of knickknacks and adventuring gear and stuff you've seen, the bits and pieces they sell at the Anything shop. Because the front is obviously nothing very exciting, comparatively.
So is there like a door to a back room, or is there an upstairs?
There is a door into a back room. Yeah.
You don't have to counter first.
Yes, that's probably not there, but we might as well check.
There is a cash box shut, probably locked.
I love that.
I thought we were just going for the ring.
The ring might be in there.
That is what we agreed. Yes.
Like
I'm the people who made us agree that are all unconscious.
Okay, so is there anybody in the shop opposed to stealing the cash box?
We don't want them to notice. If we can stop them noticing it for as long as possible, that's what we want.
Yeah, that is true. Like if they wake up and they find they've been robbed, it's better if they've been robbed by the urchins.
Why don't
we should open them?
We should at least check.
Yeah, we should open it.
Is it? Yeah, is it even locked? We can open it.
Well, it is locked. Yes, you may attempt to open it.
I would like to check it for traps.
Okay. The number you roll is the number of traps on it.
Yep, that's how that works.
Yep.
Oh, I don't find any traps.
No, you find no traps.
It must be safe then, guys. You should unlock it.
Morthilla says from outside by the kebab shop.
Yeah. Seether actually said that in his sleep he's having a strange dream.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we can just try picking the lock on it, see if it's inside. This is going to kill me. Here we go. 40. I don't pick the lock.
Nope, you do not know if it's trapped. You do know it's locked, however.
Just hit it with a hammer and break it.
40's a fail? I will try and pick the lock.
Wilsp, step aside, moron.
I have a 60.
I only get like 15 skill points at first level.
Yeah. Oh, I guess actually are there racial modifiers for you? Because I guess newer races might not have racial thief modifiers.
Did it do with the thief?
No, I have racial.
No, it's because
I have racial modifiers.
It's because he's a barber.
Skill issue then.
My kit. Yeah, literally, yeah. My kit gets fewer skill points.
Wilsp succeeds.
Yeah, there's a number of fat gold coins and some silvers and stuff in here. Like it's the size of a I'm trying to think what kind of a tea caddy or something. So there's it's quite deep, so quite a few coins in here.
Tell you what, we'll leave this here and come back. We'll make a decision whether to pinch it later.
Yeah.
Nah, come on. We might get chased.
Come on. So you think we should? Well, I mean,
we might die. You don't want to die with money in your pockets.
I'm not morally opposed to taking it. It's just I can't talk.
It's not the goal. It's not what you came for.
Half to the orphans around town.
That wouldn't no.
So they're suddenly all.
We want it to be
rich.
As subtle as possible. So if somebody else, well, not that we know this is an argument Wills can make. We don't want them to know we've robbed them. So, if it's just for ring, they might not notice. They might not think it was us.
And when somebody else robs them,
if it's very obvious that their keys are missing and they've been robbed, then they might blame us.
All right, fair enough.
And if it's just a ring, then it'll be hard for them to prove it was us. But if it's literally everything of value,
if we steal all their clothes, they may be able to identify us after the fact.
Yeah.
Counterpoint. If I spent like 12 hours in a coma after a drinking session, I think I'd probably check my valuables straight away.
Yes.
And what's the most valuable thing they own?
We don't know that it's the ring. It's probably their spellbooks.
You see, there's a saying where if a naked man steals all your clothes, then you have to chase him across the street to get them back. No one can tell who is the one in the wrong from the outer perspective.
Morthilla's like, look, this is in the study of the good goddess Freya. This is what I've learned.
Well, she does talk about naked man surprising amount, I will say.
That was a saying. Like that's a saying. That's something that people commonly say.
I haven't got the right phrasing of it, but it is something that people say. Yeah.
Is this Morthilla saying this, or is this Jamie saying this? If a naked man chases you, who is to say who is in the wrong?
Both of us, of course, because we're both such intelligent philosophers.
Yeah. The philosopher kings / queens.
Yeah.
Does it differ if the naked man chasing you is an emperor?
That's the question.
Shotgun.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your next action?
We're going to leave the gold and I guess go into the back room?
Okay.
We will enter the back rooms.
Wait a second.
Now this is some Zoomer humor right here.
Yeah.
Death to Zoomers.
I'm not even sure which generation I'm meant to be. I just hate all of you.
Wait, to be honest, I thought I was actually among the youngest of the Zoomers. I thought, is it 2000 or 2001 it starts? The Zoomer.
I
Something
think
like
that's
that.
Of course.
yeah.
I assumed it was just anyone younger than me. That's how most of these generational gaps work.
Yeah, and anyone older than me is a boomer.
Yeah.
And anyone who annoys me is a Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
I don't even know which one that one is, but okay.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Simon last stopped paying attention to generations around World War II.
I was going to say about 1990, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, when he was fighting on the battlefield at Waterloo, he stopped paying attention to generations.
Yeah.
I
Until
don't think I did fight at Waterloo during World War II.
On the side of the Germans, Simon.
Well, I mean, I do have a continental surname.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say. You know, never ask a woman her age or an Argentine why he has a German surname.
or a Swiss where their money came from.
Yeah.
Well, at least we're not going to get demonetized for the stuff we said earlier.
Yeah. I mean, we're suggesting we're anti-Nazi. They're going to hyper-monetize us. Rather than being worth about 7 or 10p, it'll be worth about 12p.
That is definitely how YouTube works. If you say something they like, they give you more money.
I mean, that is a lot closer
That's
to
how all
how
businesses
YouTube
should
works.
work.
I was going to say that's a lot closer to how YouTube works than you'd think. Like, at least in terms of what you hear about anyone trying to deal with review processes, that you're like, it's weird how I can't get a human review for something where I'm definitely not in the wrong, but probably because a human has reviewed it and decided to pretend they're not reviewing it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think this is what I mean is that's pretty much admitted behaviour that so yeah. Not to sound too much like Sean Penn from Team America. It's the corporations being all corporation-y.
They are all corporation-y.
Yeah, yeah. Very good, very good film.
That's great.
I don't think Jamie would approve of it. You know, it's too boomer humour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex hasn't heard of it. That's the thing. Like,
I haven't heard of it, to be honest, so.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I haven't heard of any film older than The Last Jedi.
What about the first Jedi?
So I was going to say we've had people not know what Alan Partridge is. We've had people not know what Team America is. Next, what's wrong?
How can you not know Alan Partridge?
You did. Alex didn't know Alan Partridge. I was like, knowing me, knowing you, and you're like, oh. And then there was a discussion about whether or not that was a like a Beatles song or something.
It's a bit like To Me, To You, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, if anyone doesn't remember the Couple Brothers, then I will be disappointed.
Yeah.
I think the cutoff would be someone who doesn't know what why can't I remember the name of it now?
Yeah, that
Red Dwarf.
Berlioz's Symphony Fantastique, I agree.
Yeah, that is a banger.
Yeah. The Eminem of his day, if you will.
Indeed, I'm sure Zethra is having dreams about kind of thing happening.
Okay, so you enter the room behind there. You can see that there is you're actually on a kind of small hallway. It heads through into a back room, as in a room at the back of the building. There are stairs going up, switchbacking up to your left, and there is a closed door to your right.
I think we should check everywhere downstairs before upstairs. It's probably upstairs, but
yeah. So door to the right, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can open that. Yeah. It opens. It's not locked. People can, in terms of who can see, Zethra can see. Jones can't see. Vil can see. And Morthilla can't see. So Zethra's not there. Sorry. And Wilsp can see. So you've got two people who can see, two people who are can just see the outlines of stuff. You know, there's a bit of light coming in from outside, but there's no lights on inside.
Oh, right.
I'll light a torch. All right.
Not a torch. I think a torch would be too much light. You know, be obvious from the outside.
Set fire to the building. That's.
Well, I was going to suggest a candle.
Or
maybe a legitimate use of cantrip can do like.
Does
a
anyone
candle
have a
light,
scented candle from a wax museum?
Yeah, has anyone been to Waxworks of Fear recently?
I light up a wax statue of Harry Styles.
It smells of delusion.
Yeah.
Yes. It smells of a Marvel film that's never getting made. Yeah. So, does someone have a candle? To be clear.
No, but we are in a shop.
Is it a candle shop?
We don't even have a plan for light.
I mean, if there are no candles, I'm sure that Cantrip could do a candle flame, like a small light like that.
It does like a small candle flame, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Jamie, could you roll a d6, please, for the nighttime town encounter?
I could indeed. That is a 5.
We're going to change scene. Back to you, Simon.
Okay.
The watch have come onto the up to the dock and are looking up at your ship. And one of them will, call out, ahoy, star sail. Is someone on board?
Oh, is there a ladder going down or anything like that for them to climb up?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. I will sort of lean over the edge and say, good evening.
They will basically say that they'd heard that 6 people had collapsed at the siren song and been carried, manhandled here, including 4 local wizards and 2 mercenaries, and were on the ship.
Wow. I say, I have not heard such things.
Why would you deny
it? Jackson looked up at you.
You told them I haven't heard such things. It's not technically incorrect.
Yeah.
You were there.
But to be fair, they don't know that he was there. That much of it is not actually probably a problem so far. There may be other problems in what he said undone here, but in strict fairness to Simon,
sure.
The watch probably don't know the faces of literally everyone who's doing everything.
It's also night. It's night, isn't it?
It's night, yeah.
Yeah, they can't really see my face. How high am I above them?
I mean, you're going to be like, what, 10, 15 feet up? Probably.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, they're not.
Yeah. Nightfall. Yeah. So they're like, well, I guess they're cool. I mean, Jackson's the captain, I guess, but they'll ask to be let aboard to inspect to see if they have been brought up here.
And they are up here with me. I've got like 3 bodies next to me, right?
Six bodies, 6 corpses. They're all dead. Yeah.
That's how you don't automatically deny it.
They've all died. Okay, I thought they were just drugged.
No, they're not dead. Don't worry. Zisa, sorry, you're dead, mate. I didn't mean to. I meant to tell you.
Am I over water?
Yes. The ship is on water, as in it's landed on the water.
Okay, so it's not in the air. Okay, crap. So I can't just sail off.
Jackson, book it. Leave our friends behind. We're kidnapping all these people.
I think that's a very legitimate solution. Are the monkeys on board? Or do I just do
the monkeys are on board, yeah. Jackson and the chatters are on board.
Crap, what am I going to do?
You leave and my new character will have to be a chatter.
Tell them you were joking, but yes, they're on board, but they're your friends, and it's all okay. They just had too much to drink.
Yeah, I could try that. It's either that, or just sort of like blag us the reason why they can't come on board.
It's a black spot.
Well, can I just chuck something?
Ask if they have a warrant.
Yeah.
You can come aboard. This is my private property.
It's private domicile.
Right, I'm going to lean over the edge and say, I'm currently indisposed. Do you have a warrant?
They look at each other, and one raises his kosh. Does this count?
No.
they're just gonna they're just gonna head towards the gangplank, I think.
Oh dear. I had hoped that staying here would be the easy job.
I mean, just to be clear, you dropped 6 people in a pub. You don't.
I mean, not me personally.
Separately, this is not necessarily something the cops know, but someone saw you drugging the drinks.
Yeah,
you were seen carrying the 6 people back to your ship.
This wasn't even an issue. Like, you could have just said, "Yeah, it's fine. They're just drunk."
Well, I haven't. I can still say that. Like in a moment, I'm just sort of like.
No, you're antagonizing them. Have you got a warrant?
Well, it's either that or get caught with lots of people, and then they will come and
They're
get
just
you.
drunk. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I was going to say, Simon, you are basically at the point of stealing a policeman's hat, putting it on, and saying, "Have you got a license for that?"
Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swig some wine because I have wine in my rashes, so there's lots of alcohol in my breath. And then I'm just going to wait.
You have had 4 ciders, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to wait for them to walk up the gangplank, and then I'm just going to act drunk.
Yeah, as if you've been completely. Hence why you're being a moron, yeah.
Hence why I'm being a moron. That's the only plan I've got, other than try and stab them.
I should have actually reminded you on the pickpocket. I assume it wouldn't have made a difference, but because I remember your skills will be at -5%.
Yeah,
I think your character is actually over the legal limit to be spell jamming. So
yeah. Okay. So they're coming up. What is your charisma modifier as you attempt to sell the fact that you are
2? Like
2.
everybody. Like everybody else in the party.
Apart from Jones, yeah.
But isn't Jones like -2?
Yeah, Jones is anti-charisma. Let's have.
Do I know any of the characters' names who are drunk and lying on the floor?
You know Zithra. You've worked with Zithra a couple of times.
Yeah, I know.
And Sam Hambat. I guess Sam Hambat.
Sam Hambat. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Jackson has charisma 0 as a modifier 0, so he's technically worse. The chatters obviously have either +7 or -7, depending on your view of cute sidekicks.
Okay. I'm going to have a drunken conversation with the chatters when they show up.
Yeah, the chatters will be awakened. I was going to say the cops you are being, I will say, generously neutral towards them. You're not being friendly.
I think neutral is generous.
Yeah,
neutral is generous, but
it's indifferent is technically the thing, and I think he's technically he's probably being indifferent rather than. I was going to say the player characters are friendly, indifferent, threatening, or hostile. Players can't be cautious, which would probably count. He's not being threatening, is he? Unless you count him.
I asked them for a warrant, and that's basically it. And then I said I hadn't heard what they were talking about.
And then you let them on board, as you didn't stop them. That you are indifferent to them. They get a 15. They count as threatening. They're not actively hostile, but they will kind of. One of them will be watching you as the other one goes, and Jackson will probably be woken up by the noise at this point, and will be stirring and trying to. Like the chat has already come over. I imagine fairly quickly they will come across the 6 sleeping people and be like, "I thought you said that there's no one aboard who was knocked out."
I didn't hear what you were talking about. And I hick and then continue talking to the monkeys about the nature of the stars. We've been drinking. Do you want some? I sort of wave the wine in their faces.
They believe you've been drinking. I'm also it's cider into wine. Is that like a safe bet?
Wine, it's alcohol.
Into wine, feeling fine.
Yeah.
So far you've antagonized them, you've lied to them, and now you're pretending to be on drugs.
Well, I'm
so glad I'm only.
I'm slightly exaggerating my the amount of alcohol I've consumed, perhaps.
Yeah. He's had 4 ciders and literally a sip of wine or something. So he's had a bit to drink. You're hard-bitten sailors. You're not like Andrew's. Andrew also has a doctor in our Traveller game who has like Endurance 3, Dex 2, Strength 3, or something like that.
Yep. I'm one of the best characters.
But medical 3, so he can't do any surgery. You're not trusting him with doing surgery. Just like you shouldn't trust Doc Jones. But at least Andrew's character in Traveller does know about medicine, unlike Doc Jones.
It's just a different kind of medicine.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. So yeah, they will inspect the ship, slightly antagonistic towards you, but not actively violent, kind of pushing you aside. You know what, that kind of thing. Thumb. They're just like, stay over here. Put your hands up. Let me check you. They obviously don't find anything on you. You don't have anything suspicious, such as stolen keys. It was not, in fact, Thumb who stole them from you. That would have been funny. If next time you have to have a thief, Simon, and you have to PvP stuff, but only like DM me, be like, I want to steal stuff from them. That'd be funny. And then they will do that. We'll switch back to the anything shop, as Jackson probably is also like. I think Jackson would say my friends brought them aboard and said said they had passed out. That is all he says. Thumb, he looks incredibly annoyed.
Oh, we're gonna have to do something nice for Jackson.
Yeah. I think probably he's not hostile. He's not hostile to Thumb. Probably before he lay down, he was fine. But he's just gone to bed not long after you come on to the boat. But yeah, like Thumb stayed behind. I think he seems to think Thumb is not involved. Thumb is only tangentially involved, to be fair.
I think if this goes completely wrong, we should just scapegoat the chatter. Just say it was their evil plot or something.
They're not lucky. They're evil.
Yeah.
The shapeshifters. We found out that they're actually changelings.
Yeah. They're like the changelings in Picard. They can retain their form undead. Stab them to death. Picard season 3, pretty good actually. I watched like 2 episodes of season 1. Generally thought it wasn't very good, and then was told to skip to season 3.
That's good.
Yeah, which is it's good. Yes. So back at the shop, you've opened the door. You've lit a candle using cantrip. Make sure to note that obviously for XP purposes. Looking in, you can see that there are some kind of crates and bits and pieces. You can see there's like several coils of rope, for instance. It's a storeroom. So you can see a variety of things. You can see a box with lots of amulets in it. You can see between them, they can recharge an existing one, write a few new scrolls. I was going to say, actually, to be fair, they won't have ropes. Sorry, it's not that place. It's they have a box of amulets. There are like packaged magical components which you've seen. There are a variety of bits and pieces like that. And there is on the floor a chest with a barrel lock.
Right. Let's check the chest for traps, and then
after you.
If it has a ring in it. Okay, I will inspect the chest for traps.
An alarm goes off.
That's
loud ringing.
Probably fine. Like how loud? Like.
People in the hallway can hear it. I don't know. It's quite loud. It's not the loudest thing that's ever happened.
Will people in the street be able to hear it?
Yeah, perhaps someone should go outside, see how obvious it is from outside.
Wait, we can't leave when you hit the alarm, though, because then people see that we triggered it.
Well, if you just go to by the front door and see if it's obvious there.
Morthilla will do that then.
Yeah, you can hear it on the street.
Yeah.
Well,
close the door to the storeroom and I guess keep going and hope we can get in here. In for a penny.
Well, I guess they know there's a robbery now.
But
should have stolen the cash box.
If anybody wants to leave, I don't blame you. But I'm gonna keep going.
Can we carry the chest?
No, we're committed.
I mean, it might not be in the chest, so we could just take the whole chest and run. But I think that'd be quite obvious if we get stopped in the street.
Can we take
the chest open?
We got something out of this if we do survive.
What's that, Jamie? What are you suggesting?
Can we take the gold so that if we do survive, we got something out of this? Because at this point, like, it's not inconspicuous anymore.
Oh yeah,
I think it is. Like, yeah, the alarm's
know
gone
that they've been
off,
robbed now, so let's just.
They don't know they've been robbed yet.
Sorry, there's a massive loud alarm going off, and one of the member of our team is being checked by the police.
Well, if we make it obvious there's a robbery going on and panic and act stupid.
Well,
sure.
we've done a good job of that, haven't we?
But it's not obvious. It's not obvious that there's a burglary going on until anyone comes to investigate and sees where there's a burglary going on.
Well, no, people go and investigate because it's obvious, usually.
Yeah, well,
this is almost
you're thinking of like a
all
modern...
hiding behind the tree at the start of this campaign when we were out back at that building with the basement.
Yeah, this is something weird and magical's happened, you know. Oh, there's some noise going off from the wizard's shop, you know.
By the way, Norm does say
he likes.
Norm says he likes the map, but he preferred the rulebook view from last week.
I don't know whether like magical alarms would be recognisable as Spelljammers are in this kind of situation.
So, Wilsp, you're telling everyone to chill whilst you're trying to. Are you picking the lock? What are you doing?
I'm going to check the lock for traps, and then I'm going to try and pick it.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
I think someone should at least keep an eye out, because if someone does come in, I'm going to cast an illusion and sit inside an illusory barrel or something.
You coward!
You.
Well, if someone comes inside to try and catch us, yeah. Right. So detect.
I have dark vision, so I'll watch.
Find traps.
Yeah.
-5%. So
Morthilla and Jones, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna have to guard the exit, I guess. Like keep an ear out.
Yeah, great.
Can I check through the box of amulets?
Yeah, you can. They're all the same. You can take one. You can not take one.
These will be those those amulets for beating illusions. I bet. Oh no! If I cast a find illusion, they're all gonna like do something, aren't they? What was the effect of them? Do they like glow or something?
I think they give you glowing in. I think it's something like glowing in the presence of illusion. They get warm and glow slightly in the presence of illusion. They have like they can be activated 3 times a day for half an hour, and then they expire. Like that's their charge rate.
Oh, do they need to be activated to glow in the presence of an illusion?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not automatic.
But yeah, okay. That's fine. They're not just gonna all light up and explode or something.
So we should use them to look for illusions in the house, then, right?
I'm going to grab a handful of these friendship necklaces for when we leave. We can give them all to a party, and we'll have matching friendship necklaces.
I mean, those are probably useful. Like pinching a few of those is not a terrible idea.
Andrew, do you want to roll a d6 for the extra noise, so you get an off-turn encounter chance for the extra noise that you're making?
Good news, everyone.
Oh no!
Okay, roll a d10.
Please be the urchin. Please be the urchin.
Like, I came to help you, feeling guilty of my crimes. The urchin.
God, Emperor of Man descends down upon the city.
You're just gonna have to strike before whatever happens strikes you.
What if it's the urchin?
Then that's just the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? That's what happens.
Maybe the urchin appears and we steal the key back.
You've read Eyes of the Overworld, I assume.
I've read Eyes of the Overworld.
Yeah, I was wondering if anybody else had.
I don't know.
You can always do that to the party, can't you?
Yeah.
The opening sequence.
Yeah. So, sloping over to investigate, there are a couple of show gentlemen wearing armor who come up and one prods the door open into Morthilla's face, and he will smile and look around at you. 2 armored show gentlemen come to the door.
I was like, "Ow, watch where you're going!" But thank God, I was wondering when you guys would arrive.
Well, they look at each other and one smiling more deeply and say, you've been looking for assistance from a benevolent association, have you?
Yes.
Yes, I was wanting to find out more about the benevolent association actually, and what services you might offer me.
This is. Hey, you rolled adventurers.
Guys, it's great. We can just join the Yakuza. They'll help us rob this place.
Yeah.
I thought these guys were the police.
Well, he says we could offer some insurance for a cut of the business.
Well, I don't know. I think you want to be careful unless I offer you a cut for some insurance.
Oh no!
Just take whatever they give you.
Robbing the place.
Just cut them in because you don't want the money anyway. Just give them all the money in the chest.
Yeah, we don't care about the money.
Yeah.
Okay,
if these guys are professionals, they'll make the problems go away.
Morthilla says, I'm going to give you some money from behind the counter for you to F off, right?
No, we don't want them to F off. We want their help, right?
Yeah,
they'll keep watch or something.
Or break into the chest, or all of them.
Be our fault. I mean, let's face it, they'll be our fall guys, is what's going to happen. Because we're gonna sell them out so fast.
Or you're going to be their fault, guys.
Yeah, that's also possible. But listen, if we have to join the Yakuza to get out of this clean, that wasn't part of the plan, but there's worse things that could happen.
Yeah.
Join the Thieves Guild. That just means we get cheaper training. It's fine.
I've reconsidered, says Morthilla. Such skilled men as you are, I would love...
The guy drawing his paired camera smiles and says, they always do reconsider.
Let's reconsider another time. I would ask that you, in return for a share of the profits of our endeavor, insure us. Perhaps one of you could guard the exit, another could help us with this chest, and we'll be in and out in no time.
Well, we don't know if it's in this chest.
What are you giving them?
A cut of whatever our spoils are, for example. And then I'll go and grab the coins from behind the counter.
Yeah, you're giving them the cash box.
How many are there? How many?
There's a couple of hundred in gold in there.
No, I mean, how many guys are here?
2 guys.
And have they come into the shop?
They are at the entrance and conducting this competition whilst Wilsp is trying to sort out, is testing his fine traps. Have you rolled fine traps yet?
I have now. 40, that's a success.
No, it is not trapped.
Brilliant. I
think you already found the trap, dude.
Yes. Well, I mean, there's no such thing as too safe, you know. So I will try and open it.
I think we could have gone safer.
Yep. Morthilla, are you giving them the cash box? Is that what you're doing?
No. I'm taking the cash box. I'm saying, if you help us, we'll share this out at the end, along with anything else we get.
I mean, he'll kind of put a hand cupping his ear and be like, "I think this sounds like that's our cut," and points at the box. He says, He says, my friend here will draw attention away from your attention.
I'll tell you what I say, and I'll throw them each 10 gold and say,
"Just give them it. Just give them it."
For real.
Why are we haggling?
We're not in a position to haggle.
What do you mean? There's only 2 of them, guys.
If one of them goes and starts like a fire or something to draw the guard's attention, it doesn't matter how many there are.
Well, you know, surely they're gonna get in trouble if they do that.
Yeah, but they're Yakuza. Like, someone will pay his bail.
Oh, we have a spaceship.
Yeah, but we don't want reputation.
All right. I'll tell them. Okay, you guys, you're being very valuable. I'll give you half of what's in here, and there's more to come if you help us out. This isn't just, you know, we have a reason to collaborate with each other. I'm not just paying you to leave.
The guy with the camera nods to the big guy, who turns around, runs over to the edge of the market, screams and punches the guy. And he's like a big sumo kind of guy. He smashes into one guy, grabs someone else. Fight begins.
Well, that works.
Brilliant. Get this box open. Let's hope the ring's in here so we can get out of here, shellfish.
Okay, Wilsp. It's your check.
Yep.
And
That is a success on open knocks.
Beej, could you roll a d6 for another encounter check, please? This is the on-turn encounter check.
Well, it could have been worse. At least I rolled Yakuza for the randoms.
Yeah.
No, you brought help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all random encounters are bad. They might be about to be bad. You never know. You lost the keys, which does mean that you've definitely you already committed a crime to get in here. Like, definitionally.
So we already committed a crime to, drug these people without their consent.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think that you're probably in a lot of trouble. Let's be honest.
We went drinking with them. They consented to imbibing drugs.
Yeah.
Andrew went to a Ivy League university in the 70s, apparently.
Yeah. Just to clarify, for anyone watching this, spiking people's drink is not okay in real life.
Bad. Do not do it.
Obviously. We do not condone any of the things we are doing.
All things here are entirely fictitious, performed by consenting adults.
Wow.
Simon puts his hand up and is like, wait a second.
Any resemblance to politicians, living or dead, is completely coincidental.
Hearing any echoes in Andrew's microphone, it's because he's trapped in Owen's room, tied to a chair.
Yeah.
We say we live down the street from each other, but...
Well, it's Friday now, so it's entirely possible.
Yeah. Yes. Great. You will pop the lock. It will open. It's good quality lock, but nothing amazing. And inside, you will see that there are several scroll tubes and a small jewelry box.
I will.
Thanks for that. Fill your boots.
Open the jewelry box.
It has a ring in it.
Does it look like the ring? I can't remember the description, but I'm sure
it looks like the description you have.
Silver ring, no gem with Fufark runes.
Yes.
Fufark.
Okay, can we use the amulet on it to see if it's an illusion?
Yep, you can. I was going to say you can't, but I guess Jones can. Jones can activate one of his amulets.
I mean, I'm holding. Surely there's no physical illusion.
It could be an iron ring.
Yeah, could also be the one. You don't know if it's magical, but two, yes, there are illusions, more advanced illusions. Remember. Yeah. It is not illusory.
I will grab one of the spare friendship necklaces.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Grab another one to replace the one.
Yeah, the illusion could make you think you're feeling something that you actually feel.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that is true. I found I can't remember what it was. I don't know if I ever found out what it was, but an illusory item that made me think it was whatever I thought the item was. Like if I thought it might be a amulet of strength or something, it would make me think I was strong.
There's a good character actually in Clive Barker's Weave World where he has this magic coat that can like produce any item people desire, and then it disappears after a while, and it kind of is a way to help manipulate them and stuff. He'd make a good D&D enemy or something.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I guess we've already nicked a lockbox, so we might as well grab some of these scrolls as well.
Yeah.
Put the ring on and go jump in the water.
Just, get out.
This plan did not survive contact with the enemy. Let's just grab everything in one.
So you grab stuff and you're running.
I don't know if I don't know if it's worth going back to the ship because I had an idea, which might have been a good idea at the start, but just to double down on an alibi, if I'm like found waking up in a ditch or something because I'm so drunk, or the same for all of us. Like, we got our friends back to ship and then we went and we kept drinking. So
if you insist, we'll throw you in a ditch. Because that's what friends do.
Okay. Morthilla, do you want to punch him out or shall I?
So are you leaving? Are you leaving now then, or punching him? What do you do?
I think we should leave. We're definitely leaving.
We're definitely leaving. Yeah.
Okay, Simon, do you want to roll a d6 for them as they leave, as the watch arrive?
6.
Yep. I guess they start. You start booking it. see, the police do not spot you coming out, but they will spot you in general. The watch are, and their reaction is going to be a 10, which I think might mean they don't immediately pay attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are indifferent to you as they are attempting to, as you step outside. There's quite a lot of noise now. Like there are like 20 people brawling in the market. As you step out, unnoticed, the Benevolent Association member looks and kind of says, "I've memorized your faces. We'll be in touch."
Oh no.
I won't forget yours
I'm
either.
happy to do a discount on wig.
With a wink.
No, I
I'm
blend
happy to
in.
do a discount on medical.
You'll never remember
Fine,
me
yeah.
or the Xixchil.
Yeah. So where are you going on the map? I was going to say I'll move you where you actually are. Sorry, I should have already done that. There you are. You're there.
Yeah.
Well, if the brawling and the guards are over here, we probably want to go the opposite way. So we want to go, along the street that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you may do that if you want.
Are we going back to the boat?
I think you're going somewhere else first, is Alex's suggestion.
Yeah, let's get away from the brawling and the guards. Because we can go back to the boat that way. Or no, where was the boat? Oh, the boat's over here,
Yeah.
We can just
somewhere.
I should say you are now passing the Fouled Anchor. We're going to finish for the night. You're passing anyway because it's time, but you're passing the Fouled Anchor as a bunch of the drunk sailors, because that's the Sailor's Haunt at number 12, are coming out to join in the fight. And they do not attack you.
Yay!
We helpfully direct them towards it.
Get in there, lads!
Whee! Okay.
No phones, just people living in the moment.
Yeah.
like slip them a business card in case they get injured.
I was going to say, so I feel like there are some things that have gone well tonight and some things that have not gone well. And we'll find out in a couple of weeks exactly how well or badly things have gone.
Listen, if we just leave the planet and never come back, the Yakuza won't be a problem, right?
Yeah. This is an exploration game, right? So we're gonna go and explore somewhere else where we haven't made a life of crime.
I like how the way this game is going to progress is basically through places you're not welcome back to. This is also, as much as there are some rogues in the party, I like how you're like, there's a party. I mean, this technically has a ranger. You just drugged him, but a party with like a gift major. But you've got a bunch of lawful characters, but you still managed to have enough neutral and chaotic characters to drag them into this. At this point, you'll be more or less caught up as they have checked the people who are sleeping and that they are not waking up. They're alive, they are sleeping deeply, but they're not waking up to being slapped, is the situation for you, Thumb.
Are the police slapping them?
Yes, shaking them awake.
Okay, I say, they look really drunk. And then I stumble down the gangplank.
Yeah. I was going to say, you notice as you go that they've picked up Zeta and they're like, I think we could wake him up if we slap him really hard. And they slap Zeta really hard.
I think, what a shame.
They Rochambeau him. They Rochambeau Zeta.
Zeta finally spits out the tapeworm he had in him for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's grown to the size of a purple worm, but has been kind of compressed. It destroys the ship and the town.
And it's still chewing on a tiny bit of shawarma.
Yeah, great. Okay, I'm going to end the stream. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. Thanks for people tuning in. Catch you next time. Good. There we go. Good game.